Happy morning, friends. Here's yours, Dr. Ajanta. Welcome to day 12 session. Today we are just going to learn about Python strings. What is string? What is string in Python? A string is a built-in type sequence of characters. It is used to handle textual data in Python. Python strings are immutable sequence of Unicode points. Creating strings are simplest and easy to use in Python. A character is simply a symbol. For an example, the English language has 26 characters. Computers do not deal with characters, they deal with numbers, especially binary. Even though you may see characters on your screens, internally it is stored and manipulated as a combination of zeros and ones. This conversion of characters to a number is called encoding, and the reverse process is decoding. ASCII and Unicode are some of the popular encoding used. And see here, dear friends, in Python, a string is a sequence of Unicode characters. So Unicode was introduced to include every character in all languages and bring uniformity in encoding. So these Unicodes ranges from 0 hexa to 10 FFFF hexa. So normally a Unicode is referred to by using or writing U plus, which is in upper, followed by its hexadecimal number. Thus, string in Pythons are a sequence of Unicode values. You can learn about much more things, and let me just see with some examples below. The first one, how to create string in Python. Strings can be created by enclosing characters inside a single quotes or double quotes, even triple quotes can be used in Python, but generally used to represent multi-line strings and doc strings. And see here, dear friends, here it is the first example where I have just specified print of 999, that is a triple nine. So it is an integer number. So if you want to check what is the type of that input, it is provided. Yeah, exactly. It is a integer. And when you just provide the same content within a double quotes, okay, so it seems to be as like a string. So let us just execute and see here, dear friends, the first one which you have just typed or inputted, it is an integer, where the second one which you have just done the same thing within a double quotes, it seems as like, or it is considered as like a string. And next, coming to defining strings in Python, how you can just define it. See, actually a string could be a single character or a bunch of text. And see here, dear friends, when you just make use of the same character, that is, or a string, hello, okay, first I have just specified in single quotes. Next, I have just assigned to a variable with double quotes and triple quotes and triple single quotes, triple double quotes also. And see here, when you just making this triple double quotes, it can also be taken into as an deed of doc strings. Okay, so fine, let I just make it this execution. And see here, dear friends, when coming to this triple quotes, there is a space here, there is a tab space. The same thing be followed when it is executed, that is when on making displayed to the top screen. Next, coming to the multi-line. And in multi-line strings, whatever you just provide it in inside a single quotes, it would be just taken it into the same content like that. And let, dear friends, I just execute it. And you can also provide the command or any other content within a single triple quotes, which is just seem to be as like a command. And another way of doing the same thing when with double triple quotes, okay, and this double triple quotes would be the same thing, where this would be as like doc string. Next, coming to unpacking characters. What is this unpacking characters? Unpacking character, we can just also specify as like list. So it is a collection of some sequence element. And see here, dear friends, this language, it is a variable where the value Python, that is the string, has been declared to it. And when on making it as an unpacking, we are just making as for indexing for as like 0, 1, 2, 3. Here we are just unpacking it with the characters A, B, C, D, E, F. So it is equalizing how many characters there in the string. It is same to be as defined in unpacking character. And when on just equalizing, see here, dear friends, for A it is P, and for B it is Y, and for C its results were T, and for D it results H, and for E it is results O, and F its results N. And see here, we didn't declare anything for H, or even though we don't have any character left over after this Python. So if we just execute it, we would result it with an error. Exactly, see, H is not defined. And let me just make as like a list how to access character in a string. See, in Python, strings are stored as individual characters in a contiguous memory location. The benefit of using string is that it can be accessed from both the direction, whether this is forward or backward. Both forward as well as backward indexing are provided using strings in Python. When coming to forward indexing, it just starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and when backward indexing, it just starts from -1 to -2, -3, and -4. Trying to access to a character out of index range will raise an index error. So the index must be an integer. We can't use floats or other types. This will result into index error. So strings can be indexed with square bracket. Indexing starts from 0 in Python. We can access a range of items in a strings by using the slicing operator, which we just say colon. And the length function, that is len, length function, provides the length of the string. And here it is an example, it is provided the same Python when we just make use of the listing, that is item. See here, string of 0, string of 1. So here it is forward indexing, and if you want to just make it the same thing in backward indexing, it just starts from str -6, -5, -4, like the same. Okay, fine. Let me just see with some examples, dear friends. So the same language variable which it just assigned with the string Python. And now when you want to extract what it is in the 0 index, exactly it is going to be the P, but anyhow I just want to make it as a print function. And for extracting the second letter, I have to make the index as 1. So language of 1. So whatever you want to just make it as a list item, we have to provide it in the square bracket. And see here, dear friends, for the last index, I can just make use of length of language. That is what is the, I don't know how many characters are there in this language. So what I'm just going to do, what is the exact character in the last and -1, that would be the length, that is the last indexing. Okay, so next, last letter to the same what is the last indexing? So language of last indexing, and we can identify what is the last letter from the exact identification of last index and combination of last letter. And let I just execute this, dear friends. See here, the first letter is P, second is Y, and I don't know what would be the last letter, but with the indexing and with the length of that variable, okay, and n -1, that is what we can just say for indexing. Okay, so length of -1 would be the index. So with that formation, we are identifying the last index, and sequentially we can identify what is the last letter. And next coming, if we want to start from right end, we can use negative indexing. That is what which we just say it is as a backward indexing. And see here, dear friends, let me just see with some examples. And language, it is the variable which is declared with a string value Python. And if I just want to make use of that negative indexing, and by your indexing in negative, see last letter is equal to language of -1. So -1, I don't know what would be the things. Okay, it is exactly the last character. And the second last character, for that I have to make use of the negative indexing, that is before to that of it is -2. And exactly it is extracting the second last character, it is O. I just executed, dear friends. See here, N and O. And one more thing, kindly have a note. If we try to access an index out of the range or use numbers other than an integer, we will get error. And friends, have a note of this. See, actually, when you want to access the string characters in Python, you have to give index one thing in positive or negative indexing. That is, it should be in an integer number, positive or negative. So that is what which we just say forward indexing or backward indexing. If you specify it other than that, it would lead to an error. And kindly just have a note of this, dear friends. See here, str, it is a variable where it is declared with a string value Python. And if you want to extract it, yeah, directly all the string characters are being retrieved by calling the function of a print. And if I just specify the index as 1.50, or if it is a 1.5, see here, it is not an integer, whether it is a positive integer or a negative integer, it is not an integer, it is in a float. So here it won't accept the exact formation for accessing the string, so it leads to an error. And next, coming to the thing, the exact indexing must be into the rough range. See, if I'm just having characters of 6 characters, so my indexing would be from 0 to 5. So if I just give out of the range, so there also it would lead to an error. So we don't get the exact error part, then it sometimes you would just lead with a typo error or indexing error. Okay, fine. Let I just make this uncommand and I execute it, dear friends, for your thing. So see here, we are just receiving this error. Okay, fine. Next one. Here we are creating a simple program to retrieve the strings in reverse as well as normal, but how we are arranging it in a vertical manner. Okay, so see here, here I am just declaring the variable name and provided my name. Okay, and first I am just identifying the length of the name and making it starting at index I is equal to 0, and from that I'm making a range with this length and -1. So the length -1, it would be the exact formation to extract the or access the string by index value. And I just want to print each and every name by using a tab where one is the normal, second one it is in reverse. Okay, so kindly have a note of it. So each and every line we are making the both the things simultaneously and making the I, the value of I, that is the counted, to be incremented. Let I just execute it, dear friends. See here, AJANTHA, it just comes in the normal as well as reverse order. Okay, fine. Next, let me just go for how to slice a string in Python. Dear friends, Python string slice can be defined as a stub string which is the part of the string. So therefore, further substring can be obtained from a string. There can be many forms to slice a string. A string can be accessed or indexed from both the direction, and hence string can also be sliced from both the direction. So slicing can be best visualized by considering the index to be between the element here are shown in this diagram. So if we want to access the range, we need the index that will slice the portion from the string. And see, kindly just have a note of this. What is this is specified is Monty Python. Okay, and when coming to the positive indexing, it just starts from 0 to 11. When for negative indexing, it starts from -1 to -12. If I just want to slice something, and here we are having as in a syntax for making use of that slice operator, and see here the exact string and the starting character and the stopping character and how many steps. And even though you can just make use of start and stop, also you can just provide the start alone where it just leads to the end. And if you are not providing anything, any value in the start, then it just consider as it is from the initial, that is from the beginning through till the stop. If you are just providing any restriction, so or any value, it just till stop, it would just make the slicing. And next, if you didn't provide any value for the start and to the stop, so to hold the array, it would be copied, or it would be just retrieving, or it would be access to hold the array. Okay, let me just see with some examples, dear friends. See here, now s is the variable, and the string is given as Python, and whereas we have just specified for your knowledge, we have just specified the positive indexing and negative indexing. When I just want to make, so here I just specified the syntax, that is x colon y colon z, whereas x is the start and y -1 is the stop, and direct with the jump is to that of incremental. So see here, if I just make use of 0 to 5 with one thing, and how come it just gives it till 1, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So totally 5 characters it just comes. So my resultant would be this, I think so. Okay, let me check with the execution. Yeah, exactly. So it is PYTHO. Now let me just make use of an indexing. Indexing starts from 0 to 8. Okay, so here the string variable here, it is provided as 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So totally it is 9 characters, so it is from 0 to 8. Okay, if I just want to make use of what is the length, yeah, exactly, the length is 9 character. And what is the first character of this s, that is s of 0. What is the last character? It is s of 8. So totally we are having 0 to 8. And last character of s is, how come we can just make, so previously we have just seen an example by using length -1. Okay, so length -1 and directly accessing to the element of that index. Okay, so sorry, element of that list. So to the same here, we are just making use of it. And see here, dear friends, so the first one, it just provide the length of the characters, and second, what is the first character, and next, what is the last character, and next to the last, it is also the last character only, but by using length of that variable -1. Okay, next we just see with an example the same thing in negative. See, negative indices can be used to start counting from the back. So here, how we are just going to make use of minus length of yes. Okay, so minus length of s. So what is the length of s? Yeah, we already identified the length of s is 9 character, and so minus length of s, what it just gives is the 1. Okay, and next one minus 9. Yeah, that is also the same as like directly accessing to that of element by providing the negative indexing. And minus 8, minus 1, all the things just see, actually minus 1 is the last character. Okay, and minus 8 is second character. So let me just execute this one. Yeah, dear friends, here it is. And see, when on just making the slicing, okay, so finally we are just coming to the functioning of slicing. And see here, first 3 characters, so the index starts from the 0, and I need to have 3 characters. So 3 character is in the sense whatever the character you are just giving, that is the stop. So stop minus 1 would be the index. So here 0 to 2 it would be the index. So from 0 to 2 it is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and next 3 characters, so from 3 to 6. Okay, so it just starts from the third element. Okay, and it has to stop till the 6, that is 6 minus 1th element, that is 5th element. So what is the 5th element? It is 6. So 4, 5, 6 would be the output, I think so. So let me just execute this. Yeah, exactly, see, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, and any empty beginning and end of the range denotes the beginning or end of the string. Okay, so that is what we are just going to see with an example. Dear friends, see here, the same s is equal to is a s is a variable where the values are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and the index starts from 0 to 8. If we are having an empty beginning or empty ending, it just seems to denote us like starting from the beginning or ending till to the top end of the string. And see, first 3 characters, so I'm not providing any initial, that is the start. So it is first from starts from the beginning, and the next one minus 3 till the stop it is empty, so it just stops till the end. So let me just execute and see here, it just gives the last 3 character, and the first one is first 3 character. Next, coming to the thing is accessing string characters in Python. Accessing string characters in Python. And see here, dear friends, here how we are just making is by providing the array of. See, as like str is the variable and Python is the value. It is a string value. It is just assigned to the variable. If you want just provide str, yeah, it is going to extract the whole Python, that is the value. And next, if you want to just make only the first character, you have just going to provide 0. If you are just making to that last character, it is minus 1 by providing the negative indexing from the backward. And next, making the slicing of from second to 5th character. Second is in the sense as the index starts from 0, the second element is 1. And if you want to just give till 5th character, yeah, you have to specify 5, that is in for the 5th character, whereas the stop letter it would be just n minus 1, that is 5 minus 1, so till 1 to 4 character, that is second to 4 character. And to the same, when you just make use of 6th to second last, you have to just specify by using the negative thing. So second to the last of thing, it just gives you this answer. And see here, dear friends, so here how the exact string characters displayed after slicing. Next one, let me just make one more example by providing it in this both the operands passed for concatenation must be of the same, so else it will show an error. So how we are just making it by using the slicing. So see here, yes is the variable, and we are just going to make it as Python with Ajay, and let me just make 6. Starting is from 6 till 10, and starting is from the -12 till -7, that is a negative indexing, and the next reversed all string, that is from -1 till 1, so till you have to jump to -1. Okay, and the next one 2 to 10, it has to start from 2 and ends with 10th character, whereas you have to jump by step 2. Next one, starting and ending or empty, so hold the character, and when you are just making the jumping as -1, it provides as reversed of every string character. And the next one 0 to 4. Okay, so anyhow, as 4 is the stop one, we have to specify that the fifth is the stop letter. And if you are just making 3 to the end is empty, so 3 to whole of the characters, rest of the characters. So if I'm just specifying both the things are empty, so it results with uh, every characters in the array. Okay, so see here, this is how the exact examples was